If you don't want to overpack, but you want to make sure that you have everything that you need, this is a video for you. I'm going to share with you the things that you don't want and don't need to pack for a cruise. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, we often talk about what to pack for a cruise, but something that I've noticed is a lot of the same questions come up again and again. And many people say, well, there are some things that they brought for a cruise that in hindsight, they didn't really need to bring. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the things that you really do not need to bring on a cruise, because in some cases, the cruise line really does provide it. In other cases, those things may get confiscated, and that's a problem unto its own. Now, even if you've watched some of these types of videos before, even mine, there are a couple of things that are not obvious and I don't think I've ever mentioned before. Now, as always, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would love to have you here within the LifeWell Cruise community. Let's get started. Number one, beach or pool towels. Now, if you are a first-time cruiser, this might not be obvious, but when you go on a cruise, you're going to be provided with good size pool towels to use next to the pool on the cruise ship. But as well, the bonus, if you will, is you are also going to get towels that you can use when you go off the cruise ship in cruise ports of call. And as a matter of fact, most cruise lines will actually have the cabin stewards place a nice size beach towel into your cabin the night before you do get to a cruise port of call. Now, the caveat is you do have to bring these back to the cruise ship and they can get a little bit heavy, which is why some people like to bring a sand-free or just a lightweight towel. However, I can tell you, I don't want to waste any of that precious space in my luggage by packing towels. They are big or they do take up a little bit of room. So I don't bring these. And personally, I don't think you should either. Number two, basic toiletries. So similar to a hotel, you are going to have your basic toiletries in your cabin. So you can expect that you're going to have shampoo, you're going to have conditioner. Sometimes it is a 2-in-1. And you are going to have a body wash or a shower gel, as well as hand soap that is next to the sink. So that is something, if you're not particularly picky about the types of products that you use, that is something that you don't have to plan for to bring. However, if you research your cruise ship, you might find that some cruise lines actually do have quite nice products. On a recent cruise that we were on, we had Elemis products in our bathroom, including lotion. That was really perfect. And I did use the products from the cruise line. And in hindsight, if I go on that cruise line again, it was Holland America, by the way, I probably wouldn't bring any toiletries at all. Number three, an iron or a clothing steamer. Now, on a recent cruise, as we were leaving the cruise ship at the port, we noticed the table full of iron steamers and another product. I will share that with you a little bit later. But the person who was there told us that many times that table is full of those products. So something that you should know, and in particular if it's your first cruise, is you cannot bring a clothing iron or a steamer on a cruise ship. It is a fire hazard, so don't bring this. What you can bring instead is you can bring Downy Wrinkle Release. It's a little spray bottle. You could bring that. That is going to be very helpful for getting any of the wrinkles out of your clothing. Number four, you do not need to bring a hair dryer on a cruise. You are going to have one provided in your cabin. It's usually going to be in a drawer near the desk inside your cabin. However, it is going to be about hotel quality. So that's something to keep in mind. If you usually like to bring a hair dryer when you go to a hotel, then you'll want to bring a hair dryer when you go on a cruise. Otherwise, you can leave that at home. Number five, ladies, you're going to be happy with this one. In some cases, you do not have to bring a makeup mirror. Now, this is not all the time, so you're going to have to research your cruise ship or your cruise line, but a makeup mirror is sometimes provided in the cabin or the vanity desk. We were on two cruises recently, one on Norwegian Cruise Line, one on Holland America, where we did notice that the makeup mirror was provided. And honestly, I know that takes up a little bit of extra room for people when you do bring one. So that is something that is pretty good. Number six, something that you don't want to bring and you should not bring is a surge protected power strip. So I know a lot of the old cruise tips that were shared told people to bring a power strip when they do go on a cruise. However, these will get confiscated, along with extension cords, by the way, so watch that. But what you can bring is a non-surge protected one. You want to try to have the ones that don't have the wires. For some reason, even the ones that say cruise approved or non-surge protected, if they have a wire, it is up to security, and sometimes I've heard that they do confiscate those. But we've never had this one confiscated. It is cruise approved, if you will. It is non-surge protected. Now, more recently, we brought a power cube, and they now have power cubes even with USB-Cs. I am going to leave what I think is the best one right now that is available. I have 2 of them. I am going to leave those 2 recommendations linked down below in the description of this video. And by the way, I'll also leave other Amazon cruise essentials that you might find handy for your cruise. I'll also leave those linked down below in the description as well. Number 7. Now, this video should have been called cruise items that you don't have to bring on a cruise, but you might want to, because some people do bring this, but it is hangers. So you do not need to bring extra hangers on a cruise. You are going to have a fair amount of hangers in your cabin, probably 15 or 20. But if you do need more hangers, you can just ask your cabin steward for those. Some people do like to bring foldable hangers. That is definitely not necessary, as you are going to have hangers in your cabin. Number 8, a laundry bag. Now, here's a little bit of a tip for you. In the closet of your cabin, you are going to have a laundry bag, sometimes even more than one, and you can use that if you want to keep your dirty laundry during your cruise. Now, I do like to bring a pop-up hamper. I think that that is really handy during my cruise. You can also bring a garbage bag or something else to bring back your laundry. But if you do want a place to just keep your items during your cruise, you don't have to bring a laundry bag at all. You can use the one that is provided. And by the way, even better, most cruise lines will have a laundry special for a bag of laundry that you can do during your cruise. In particular, for longer cruises, that might be as little as $30 or so, and it can be well worth it. Number 9, this advice has definitely changed over the last couple of years, but formal wear. So most cruise lines have really relaxed on the true formal wear. I'm not saying not to dress up on a cruise, but bringing tuxedos or really those heavy, large gowns is not something that's necessary anymore. So I don't even bring a garment bag anymore, and I definitely did prior to the pandemic. But you could bring lighter, less heavy, dressy clothes if you like, or even clothing that is a little bit more casual than that, depending on the cruise line that you're going on. Number 10, too much clothes. Now, this is something many of us do, but you don't need to bring as much as you think on a cruise. Now, a good rule of thumb is when you get ready for your cruise, well, a lot of people say you can take out half the clothing. I don't think that, but I do think that you want to be intentional for your cruise. Plan out what you think you might want to wear during the evening, and consider as well what are some of the activities that you're doing during the day and what you might need. You might find that most of the time you are living in a pair of shorts or a cover up over a bathing suit or even a light sundress, and you are going to need a little bit less than you think. Now, I'm very visual, so something that I do is I use a cruise outfit planner to write down what I think that I might wear every day and every evening based on the cruise port that we might be in and based on any themes of the evening. Now, by the way, if you're going on a cruise and you are trying to keep organized for your outfits and more, I do have the Lifewell Cruise Ultimate Cruise Planner. Now, the Lifewell Cruise Ultimate Cruise Planner is a 47-page downloadable printable cruise planner that you can use to help you to stay organized from the time that you book your cruise all the way through disembarkation. Now, this includes a cruise outfit planning form, cruise packing checklist, embarkation day checklist, shore excursion planning forms, and more. If you are interested in checking out what is included in the Ultimate Cruise Planner, I'm going to leave all of the information linked down below in the description of this video. Number 11, a lot of cash. Now, a lot of times I know people ask, how much spending money am I going to need on a cruise, or how much cash should I bring? So you don't actually need to bring a lot of cash for a cruise. What you will do on your cruise, it is pretty much a cashless society, so everything is going to go onto your cruise card. Now, you can pay that bill or that invoice off in cash if you like, or you can just leave your credit card attached to that. Now, in terms of cash, what you are going to need is a few dollars. If you want to give an additional tip to anybody, I do suggest that you bring small bills. Those are really handy for tipping room service or even tipping the porters when you get onto the cruise ship, or even sometimes the shore excursion guides. And you do want a few small bills when you're out in the cruise ports of call, and you do want to make any purchases at the market. They may not have change, so that is something useful to bring. Number 12, foreign currency. Now, depending on where you are going, you do not need to get foreign currency. So if you're going to any of the islands in the Caribbean, if you're going to Mexico, you could just use US dollars for any of those small purchases. Now, if you're going to Europe, that is an exception. You do want to have euros or the currency that you need. And if you are going to Canada, that's a little bit debatable. I think it's still better to have Canadian dollars just for the exchange rate. Now, I have a few more things that you don't need to bring on a cruise. However, I will admit some of these are optional or debatable. I did read some different articles about this, and I'll share a few, and you tell me what you think. Number 13, yoga mats or any gym equipment. Now, people do ask about this sometimes, but you do not need to bring your own yoga mat. There are going to be plenty that are available in the gym, and honestly, gyms on cruise ships are really nice. So you do not have to worry. You can definitely work out as much as you want on a cruise. Number 14. Now, this one really isn't obvious. I'm willing to bet that most people don't actually know about it, but it is that you are not going to need to bring a clothesline, at least on most cruise ships, and that is because there is a retractable clothesline in most cruise ship cabin bathrooms. Now, you really have to look for it, so it is going to be in the corner of one of the showers, and you can actually just pull out that retractable clothesline. Now, something that you are going to want to do is bring some clothes pegs if you do want to attach things there. I still like to bring magnetic hooks because I find that those are really handy to hang up bathing suits or other things right in the cabin. Please let me know, by the way, if you've ever used a retractable clothesline or if you've known or you've seen it in the cabin. Number 15, snacks. Snacks are definitely something that is optional. There's going to be a lot of food on a cruise ship. You do not need to bring snacks, but the only thing is you're not going to find things like chips or candy very easily. Although there is a little bit of a trick. Sometimes there is an ice cream station and there is going to be a little bit of toppings. I've heard some people taking the candy from there, but otherwise, if you want to bring a bag of licorice or some Skittles, or if you just like to bring some Pringles, you'll probably want to bring that from home, as well as any granola bars or anything like that that you might want to take off the cruise ship. By the way, little tip, if you do want to take any items from the buffet and you want to bring them back to your cabin for later, so things like crackers, cheese, grapes, fruit, that kind of thing, bring some Ziploc bags and then bring those items back to a table, and you can put them in Ziploc bags, bring them back to your cabin. That is especially handy if you have young children that might want to have a snack. Number 16, any expensive jewelry. Don't bring any expensive jewelry on a cruise. You're just going to worry about it. Now, you can definitely bring some, wear it on the cruise ship, and just put it in the safe when you are not wearing it. And don't wear any expensive jewelry when you do go into the cruise ports of call. Number 17, a mattress topper. Some people find the beds on cruise ships to be a little bit hard. I have to say, most of the cruise ships that I've been on, I find the beds so comfortable. I don't think of asking for a mattress topper, but it has happened before. We have our son Ethan that often stays with us in a cabin, so he is in that third person bunk bed or sofa bed, and sometimes he has asked for a mattress topper, and the cruise cabin stewards are really happy to provide it. So that is not something that you need to bring with you on a cruise. And even other things like pillows, unless you're extremely picky, you do not need to bring this on a cruise ship. Number 18. Now, this one is debatable, or maybe it's controversial. Maybe we should say that. It's the over-the-door organizer. Some people say they love it. It's so helpful. And other people say, why do you need that at all? Now, I have to say, I do not bring an over-the-door organizer. I do bring a hanging toiletry bag and other things to organize my cabin, but that is not something that I've ever felt that I've needed. Please let me know down in the comments below if you do use an over-the-door organizer, yes or no. Number 19, a computer. Now, I saw this listed on several lists, but I have to disagree. If you use a laptop and you need it, I definitely would bring it. I would not rely on the cruise ship computer. Sometimes there's a little bit of an internet cafe with a couple of computers, but I wouldn't rely on that. If you need a laptop and if you need something that you can actually see, so something bigger than a phone, then I definitely would bring that. If you don't need it, of course, you can rely on your Kindle, on your iPad, on your phone. If you're just reading books or you're just watching things on YouTube, you probably don't need to bring your laptop. Number 20. Now, this one is debatable as well, but it is books. Now, I say it's debatable for two reasons. One, some people say you can grab a book from the library on a cruise ship. Many cruise ships just don't have the libraries like they used to have. Sometimes you can find it. So I don't think that you should rely on that. However, if you're not bringing books because you're bringing a Kindle, then that's definitely something you can leave the books at home. Now, I'm going to leave all of the information about the LifeWell Cruise Ultimate Cruise Planner linked down below in the description of this video in case you do want to check it out. And I'm also going to leave a video at the end of this one with all of the prohibited items that might surprise you, so you know what you cannot bring on a cruise. But I would love to hear from you. Please let me know, what are the items that you don't think that people should bring on a cruise, or that you don't bring anymore on a cruise? Please let me know down in the comments below. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.